Hello and welcome to part 1 of paper 3 of the 2016 specimen paper for IGCSE ICT. Okay, so as well, you would have been through this once already by the time we get to this paper, but this paper is data analysis and website authoring. So they will be covering spreadsheets here and website authoring. Now, if you are not familiar with the website authoring part, which my class would not be already, okay, please look at the videos discussing hexadecimals and how to edit a website using Microsoft Expression, or you can just follow this video and you'll probably just pick it up because it is relatively straightforward. Data analysis is spreadsheet. You're familiar with spreadsheets and you seem to have shown good skills on spreadsheets so far, plus you've been to Mr. Hayes' lunchtime clubs. Now, as I said, always read through the first part of the paper. And first of all, you are going to be evidencing. So you need to create a new word process document. Make sure that your name, centre number and candidate number will appear on every page of your evidence document, replacing the details in the header, so which of course you are familiar with as well. Save the evidence in your area as P3 evidence followed by your candidate number. Okay, so here are the source files. And you can see there's a lot of images in here. There's a spreadsheet CSV file and there's lots of files to do with website authoring. So you can see basically there is no evidence file in this document at this moment in time. Now, if you want to see what the evidence could look like, obviously you can access the mark scheme. So I'm just going to show you the mark scheme now. Okay, which you can pick up here. Here's specimen paper 3, here's the support files, and here's the mark scheme. So we're just opening the mark scheme now for you to look at. Okay, and you can see as we go down, I'll just wait for it to load up actually, so for all the content. Okay, I'm going to zoom out so we can see the whole document. There we go. Okay, so this is what it's going to expect of you, and so here's what the evidence could look like, but I do strongly suggest that you label the steps, okay? So, and these are the things that they're looking for. So we are going to be screenshotting a spreadsheet, and he's going to be screenshot evidence of the website authoring, okay? But please don't leave your screenshots blank. Okay, make sure you do label the evidence, and there's going to be some evidence of the style sheet presentation there as well. Okay, right, so that's what it looks like. Now, okay, so let's get on with it then. So you open up Word, open up a blank document, double click for the header, name, candidate number. Always do this right away, please. Don't leave it right until the end. Centre number. Okay, now I'm going to just fill it in to show you what it looks like. So here's my name. And please don't put any silly names like nicknames or anything like that, please, okay? Candidate number. This one mine's made up, as you know, and centre number's made up. I'm new to the school, so I don't know it yet. Right, close header. Okay, so as this comes along, you will start to fill this in and put the work in there. Okay, and anything it asks for, such as maybe any annotations, obviously do them, but I don't know whether they will in this document yet because I've not done any of the documented evidence. Okay, so now here we are. Oh, must save it first, P3 evidence. Apologies, there we go, I've missed this out. And as I say, please do definitely save it, definitely. Now, we are going to obviously make sure that your that the computers are working properly, but as you know, anything can happen. Power cuts can happen. Okay, the network can go down for no apparent reason. So please don't sit there and believe that there's going to be absolutely no problems, because these things can happen. So I've saved my documentation, and every so often just make sure you press the save button. Okay, so obviously if the file's already saved, it can be recovered, but don't rely on that. Right, so we're going to go back to it now. Now, you're going to prepare a spreadsheet for Super Scuba. You will use the spreadsheet to create a chart and calculate the cost of diving trips. Display all currency value in dollars to 2 decimal places. Okay, so now using the suitable software package, load the file P3 spreadsheet CSV. Notice please it's a CSV, so that's not a spreadsheet file yet. Okay, save this with your centre number and candidate number, okay, as you see it below. So I'm assuming this is going to be the candidate number, maybe the centre number and the candidate number here. Okay, and insert a new row above row 1. Right, first of all, open up Excel. And what we're going to do is we're going to import this data so it becomes an Excel file. Okay, so you need to go to Data, From Text, and find your files. So I'm going to go to My Documents, Exam, Paper-Free Sources, and here it is, located right away. Import it. Now I'm going to go to Next. And I'm going to select comma. Okay, we can see that separates the values, how they should look. Go to Next and Finish and press OK. And here it is. Okay, so oops, that shouldn't have gone there. Okay, so if this happens, simply go to New Sheet, Sheet 2, select number 1, From Text, P3. At least you get to see it again. Import, Next, comma, Next, Finish. And there we go. That's where it should be. I'm going to delete this sheet. Doesn't matter that it says Sheet 2 on it because you're going to be renaming this tab later. Okay, here we are. Right, so now it says you're going to prepare the spreadsheet. So load file, done that, and it says enter enter a new row above row 1. So here's row 1, and all we do is right click and just simply insert, and there we are. Right, so it says enter Super Scuba Trips 2012 to 2013. Okay, so just do exactly that. Super Scuba Trips 2013. Sorry, I'm just going to double check that. 2012, sorry, to 2013. There we are. Okay, so we're on the next part now. Merge cells B2 to E2. So as you're going along, just simply follow each task. Try not to jump ahead and do things because you could get lost. Like I know the most obvious thing here is probably I might have to merge these cells. These cells look like money. I may have to just simply set them into dollars because it already said that. But what I'm doing is that I'm slowly organizing myself. Okay, and I'm just simply following the tasks as in order as they ask. Okay, because I don't want to lose a single mark. I know 1 mark might not mean a lot, okay, but every mark counts, and I don't see the point of losing 1 mark for the most silly things. So it says B2 to E2, F2 to I2, J2 to M2, N2 to Q2. So it's all on the same row. So B2, here we are. To E2, there we go. Home, merge cells, and just double check that. Yep, F2 to I2, there we go. I can already see what's happening, so I'm just going to follow on, and yeah, J2 to M2, just double check that's right, and N2 to Q2. I know it may seem a little bit much that I check that, but like I said, I don't want to make a single mistake and then have to go back on myself or lose any marks. There we are, so we're now done. Next stage. So it says format these cells so that the text is center aligned. with 18-point sans serif font, and it has a grey background colour and a thin black border. Okay, now so the cells they're talking about are these cells above here. So please don't get confused. Okay, these are the cells they're talking about. If you notice, this is still in point 3. Okay, so this is bullet point 2 in point 3. Okay, and in total, this is worth 5 marks. Okay, so right, format the cells. So it's 18-point sans serif font. So these are these cells here. 18 points, and a sans serif font is a modern font. Okay. Calibri is a modern font. I'm not going to leave it there actually. I am going to change it, and I'm going to change it to Verdana. There we go. And a grey background. So we go to the fill colour here, and I'm just going to choose, I think maybe a lighter one. No, I'll choose this darker one so it's more noticeable. And there we go. Centre aligned text. Thin black border. I've missed that out, so that's why I'm checking. So here we are. Thin black border. Or should I do an outside one? No, I'll do this one. Nice thin black border. And centre aligned. It's already centre aligned, but I'll just do it anyway. There we go. So it's done. And next thing, okay, so format cells A2 and R2, so they appear the same as those formatted in step 3. Okay, A2 is here and R2 is here. Okay, so I've held down CTRL, so it's selected both of them. I want them in Verdana. Oops, sorry, I've accidentally clicked off that. Sorry, I've got a touchpad mouse and it's incredibly sensitive. And 18 points, grey background, thin black border. There we go. The text cuts off here, as you can see. Just double click. There you go, and it's done. So just put my mouse in between the line there and double clicked, so it's done. Right, so I'm going to move on to the next part. In cell E4, use the function to calculate the number of trips available in March, April, May and June. So E4. Now E4, we go along the corridor, we go down the stairs, and here it is. So it says calculate the trips in April, May to June. So basically it wants me to total them up. So the easiest way to do this is, well, there's 3 ways we can do it. Okay, so there's equals, and we can click on a cell and go plus, plus, and plus. So it's right, there's nothing wrong with that. Or we can simply do equals sum, open the brackets, and select all of them. Okay, now let's cheat a little bit and look at the mark scheme and see what they want to see, because that's what it's here for, to help us. So I'm going to look at the mark scheme, and I'm going to look at the formula bit here, because there should be a bit where it's printed up, I think, showing a formula. Ah, there it is. Okay, and I used equal sum, so that would be the correct one. But here they've used plus, but that's because of all the different cells. So there we go. So I would go with equal sum. It's the most professional one. Okay, so now in E5, use the function to calculate the total income from April, May and June. Okay, then in E6 you're going to do the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to replicate it. There we are, and it's done it for me. Okay, so if I click on that, you can see I've got equal sum, and I've got equal sum there as well. Okay, so my time's running out because my videos can only be 15 minutes long. We're going to continue this in part 2. Okay, so please click on part 2 of Cambridge IGCSE ICT Specimen Paper 2016, paper number 3.